I'm not just saying this because I bought one. Sunken cost fallacy aside, I truly do believe the PlayStation 5 is the best console ever released. It's not perfect, which we'll get to later, but it is a pretty damn good video game console. I already talked about the design a little in this video, but I'll speak a little bit about it now. The PlayStation 5 is such a good looking console in my opinion. These two white shells are matte, and I think they stand out really nice against the glossy black insides. And these two fins create these two slits for the ventilation, allowing this console to breathe while also looking really nice. I think it's a very bold design, and I think it worked out really well. I also like the PlayStation logo in the corner, and if you look on the inside, it also says Sony right there. On the front of the console, you have a USB-A, a USB-C, a power and an eject button, the disk drive, and then on the back of the console, you have two USB-A ports, a LAN connector, an HDMI port, and the power. I'm not sure if you can tell by the scale of this, but this thing is absolutely huge. And I think that that's a part of the reason why the design is also really cool, because it's so sleek and modern looking, but it's also absolutely massive, which gives off the presentation of power. The DualSense controller also looks very nice with the clear glossy face buttons and then this black sort of section. I think the white looks really nice on these controllers and the console itself, as PlayStation mainly releases their consoles to be black or gray. I have a black controller here, which also I think looks really nice, but I do prefer the white. It's hard to tell, but if you actually look really closely into the side of the controller, you can see that it has PlayStation face buttons. Here's a much better picture of what I'm talking about, which are an X, a circle, a triangle, and a square. The console also has two lights on the side where the slits are to indicate different things. Just like the DualShock 4, the DualSense controller also has lights which indicate different things or can be used for gameplay. Technically, the Xbox Series X is a little more powerful than the PlayStation 5 with its CPU at 3.8 GHz and the PS5 at 3.5. However, the PlayStation 5 solid-state drive reads at 5.5 GB per second compared to the Xbox's 2.4. However, if you're into absolute power, then you have the option to get the PlayStation 5 Pro, a stronger version that the Xbox has nothing to compare it with. The PlayStation 5 Pro doubles the size of the solid-state drive of the Xbox. The Xbox has 12 teraflops of GPU compared to the PlayStation 5 Pro's 16.7. The PlayStation 5 Pro also supports Wi-Fi 7 as the Xbox does not. The PlayStation 5 Pro takes the little gap that the Xbox has and demolishes it. But besides the ability for more power, the PlayStation also surpasses with the DualSense is a complete redesign of a PlayStation controller. The all-white with clear buttons and black bottom are absolutely beautiful. This controller is the best feeling controller I've ever played with. This controller has adaptive triggers which add tension depending on what you're doing in the game, and this adds such a new level of immersion and blew my mind when I first felt it. This controller uses dual actuators rather than the previous rumble motors, adding a greater feel to haptic feedback. This controller is also the only to have a speaker and microphone built in, along with the touchpad that the PlayStation 4 DualShock had. Now, personally, I don't really use the touchpad all that much aside from just pressing it as a button, but I'd rather have it than not. The PSVR 2 is a virtual reality headset that can run 4K HDR and up to 120 frames a second with eye tracking and 3D audio. Unlike other VR headsets, this also has vibration in the headset for added immersion. The controllers also have the same adaptive triggers as the DualSense, but with added finger touch detection. The headset can also be used on PC without needing a PlayStation 5. Now, the Pulse headphones has custom 3D audio and a detachable cable, which the Xbox's headset does not. With a longer cable and lighter weight, I can see why people prefer the Plus 3D. However, when it comes down to it, I believe this is give or take. Some people say the audio and build quality of the Xbox's headset is better, while others say the mic quality and comfortability is better on the Pulse. When it comes to exclusives, I'm sure this is not the first time you're hearing that PlayStation wins. The Xbox has Halo, and Forza, and Gears of War, which are great for multiplayer, but the PlayStation has some of the best story games ever made, like God of War and The Last of Us, Spider-Man, and Horizon as well. In the current times, exclusives are becoming less common, and with the PlayStation 5 games being playable on PC and Forza and Halo coming to PlayStation 5, the PlayStation 5 still has some of the best exclusives. Anyways, now the PlayStation 5 isn't perfect. Like I said earlier, technically the Xbox Series X is stronger, and Xbox also has better PC connectivity and backwards compatibility, while Nintendo truly has the best exclusives and innovation. This console is just really great. I love the design, I love the controller, I love its peripherals, I love its games, and I just think that it wipes the floor with Xbox in terms of everything that it's put up against, especially when it comes to sales. PlayStation beats Xbox in terms of sales every generation, and this is no different. The PlayStation 5 has sold more than all generations of Xboxes. The most sold console ever is the PlayStation 2, but in today's world, the PlayStation 5 is a beast. It's a super powerful console that has such a great ecosystem built specifically for it, and that it still succeeds with other devices. This console wipes the floor with anything it's compared to, truly making it the best console of all time. Oh shit, I forgot to talk about the Portal.